Please like my videos, please subscribe to my channel, and please press the bell icon so that you get to know when my latest video has come. And to learn more and to find a video relevant to you, please do check out my videos list.
Hello, Namaskar and Adab to all my friends from your friend astrologer and guide Irfan, once more with you from your very own channel Astro Assurance. Enough has been said about the maturity of planets, and we do read up and we also see videos on this platform about maturity of planets, what age planets mature and what results they bring to us. Now we know that Jupiter matures first, the nodes mature last, and we also know what the manifestations of the maturity of planet means. But what is the actual responsibility of the individual, and why is it said that the planets mature rather than the individual maturing? The reason being is the expectation of the planet is that it is like the planet opening up the gates of its own maturity or mature results. So the maturity of planets is more about the planet opening up its own manifestation, its true meaning or its true maturity, or only when the person himself or herself exhibits that the person is ready to take the responsibility of that mature behavior connected to the planet. And hence, if the person does not demonstrate that attitude, that aptitude and that awareness and that approach to the planet and connected to life at that stage, at which age the planet is supposed to mature, and if the person is not demonstrating that kind of a attitude, that kind of a maturity, the planet will not mature, which means the planet does not open up its gate to give you more. So it is like you have not graduated, so you remain in the same class, you face the same teacher. So planets, it's not more about maturity of the planets, it's about the planet giving you more opportunity and manifesting better results of its own characteristics to you based on how you approach life at that stage, rather than the planet maturing and like as if you are the grand old sage and who's waiting for the children to mature. It's not like that. Planets are mature. Planets are billions of years old. The planet's maturity is concerned to that particular individual who at that age should be able to exhibit that aptitude. So we have already talked about Jupiter's maturity. In fact, I had made one generic video about maturity of different planets and what it means. And then I got into more detail planet wise. We have already talked about the maturity of Jupiter in an earlier video. So today we'll talk about the next planet in line after Jupiter who matures, and this is the Sun. And it is said that Sun matures between 21 and 22 years of age. Now why is it said that the Sun matures later than Jupiter and earlier than other planets? For example, it matures earlier than Moon, which matures between 24 and 25. So why is it that the Sun matures later than Jupiter, earlier than Moon, and at that specific age? So firstly, I have already explained why Jupiter matures the earliest, because you need to learn, and it is the teenage years and your initial years which are the learning years, and you are expected to already be at a certain level of learning by the time you hit 21 years of age for then Sun to mature. So Jupiter gives you the first opportunity, and in fact you would say, unless I learn, how can I perform? So the first opportunity that the zodiac gives you is Jupiter's maturity, by giving you a lot of learning, opening up your eyesight, opening up your channels of learning so that you can imbibe more and more, so that when the next planet matures, you are ready with the learning to take the responsibility of the next planet's maturities, manifestations. So Jupiter manifests or matures first because your soul is answerable to everything that you do, and the soul cannot answer unless the soul has gone through a learning phase. The learning phase is not starting at this age. It has already started ages back in many lives before. However, when you come into this life, you have come with a certain prarabdha karma out of the entire accumulated sanchita karma, and so certain number of years are given to you to learn and to also understand life, and the dasha that you are born in is also shaping you. So Jupiter's maturity gives you enough time till 16 years, because Jupiter matures at 16 years, and another 4-5 years so that you can use that mature learning to be able to then be prepared for the soul's learning and soul's manifestation. And so the soul is answerable fast or first, but opportunity of learning has been given to you before the soul becomes answerable. After that, everything is answerable to you, everything you are answerable for, and soul is accountable for every action. Not that the soul is not accountable for the actions before. However, what happens even in the law, if you are a teenager, you get away with crimes with a lighter punishment. But if you are already an adult, in course of how law describes in your respective country, then no difference between a 21-year-old or a 40-year-old also, generally speaking. So soul is answerable more after the sun attains its maturity. So in the zodiac doesn't follow the rules of our country or of humanity. They have their own rules. So they give you enough time to mature through Jupiter's learning, and when the 21st year comes and beyond, now the soul is answerable for every action. And the soul is given opportunities after opportunities with each planet's maturity. So then when moon matures, accordingly you will have to face, the soul will also have to face with the new learning, new awakening, new manifestation, because the moon is matured. So now the mind is opening its zodiac also, but the soul opens the zodiac, or the floodgates of the soul's accountability opens first. And so it's very, very important that when the sun matures between 21 to 22 years, you need to understand what it means. Now, what is the sun? Sun represents the father. Sun also represents your prestige. It represents your dignity. It represents your self-respect and your pride. And so by the 21st year, you are expected to have enough dignity in yourself to be able to take responsibility. And when sun matures between 21 to 22 years, it is said that the person needs to be already understand. The person already needs to have gone through the grind and be ready, and should be understanding enough of what life means, what life needs to be looked at going forward. And you need to be able to take more responsibility and accountability. Only the person with more dignity or with self-prestige and with a sense of self-respect can take accountability and responsibility for your actions, and be humble enough to accept mistakes, accept accountability, accept responsibility, and be ready to lead. And hence, only because the sun's maturity is expected to manifest all these things, only then the sun opens up its gates of allowing you to be able to face all this. And hence, when you're going through the teenage years, sun or the soul is allowed that stupidity or that ignorance of teenage years. But when you turn 21, the soul is asked to sit up and take responsibility, and also have enough dignity and self-respect to be able to take the responsibility and that accountability. In many cultures, marriage also happens at an early age. So 21 is the legal age of getting married. Say for example, in the subcontinent in India, so at 21 years you get married. You can get married and you can also have a child. I'm talking about men here. Women's age is in fact 18 years to get married. The 21st year is an important year for the soul to manifest itself and to be ready for responsibilities. Now, what are these responsibilities? The first responsibility is to be able to accept that I can make mistakes, because only when you accept mistakes, only when you show the humility, are you really somebody who is confident, self-confident. A person who is self-confident, self-assured and secure within himself or herself, only then that the person will accept his or her mistakes. So at the 21st year and onwards, you are expected to accept your mistakes and learn from it and face the repercussions also. Even in your teenage years, of course, but the punishments are different because the responsibilities are different. The accountability that you are expected to showcase are different. You're not expected to marry somebody and have a child, or start earning in your teenage years. Some children, or in some cultures, may work in small coffee shops or pizza centers, so that they can make some pocket money and maybe also fund a little bit of their own education. But they are truly not expected to take care of responsibilities or take care of family or get married and have a family. They are not expected to do that. So the responsibility from the 21st year onwards is a larger responsibility. Here the responsibility is you can become a family person, but you are also more or less completing your graduation. What is graduation? You are 10 plus 5 as we call in India in the subcontinent, still your 10th standard, it's matriculation, then another 5 years when you're graduating or you have your bachelor's degree is where you are ready to face, you may get work, you may join an organization. And so yeah, even in an organization, if you're 21 and you get a job because you just finished your graduation, you are expected to take accountability, you're expected to shoulder the responsibility. So 21 is more or less a universal age of from all fronts, and same thing from an astrological front also. At the zodiac level also, you are expected to showcase more accountability, showcase more respect for yourself, respect for resources, respect for relationship, respect for authority, respect for society, respect for society's rules, respect in general of what the accountability of a citizen now. What is the responsibility of a citizen? So overall, when you look at being a citizen, responsibilities of various kinds: responsibility to the country, responsibility to the state, responsibility to the city, responsibility to your family, responsibility to the neighbors, and of course responsibility to yourself also. So sun's maturity brings all of these responsibilities towards you and wants to hold you accountable, and you need to take the leadership, which means that you need to be ready to lead maybe a team, maybe a small team, maybe your family. However, the biggest lead that you need to take is to lead yourself onto the path where you are not immature anymore, you are not irresponsible anymore, you're not unaccountable anymore, but you're ready to face the consequences. Sun also represents an ability to shine. So here at 21 years age and onwards, maturity of sun means that in your teenage years, in many teenage years, we've seen if somebody becomes a celebrity in their early teenage years, then it's very easy for them to go off on a wrong path because they have a lot of power, they have a lot of money. And we do hear teenagers getting into trouble if they become a celebrity because of irresponsible behavior. So at the 21st year, the sun allows you to shine in a more mature fashion, in a more accountable fashion. And so sun says that even if you get the limelight earlier, you may not have been ready for that. But at the 21st year, you are ready to shine, you are ready to share your glory with others, you are ready to be able to move up the ladder. But the biggest moving up the ladder is for the soul. And sun's maturity means that you have learned through the paces, you have gone through the teenage years, you have gone through the grind, and now you are responsible. And now the soul is not only answerable, but soul is also allowed to move up paces. So from your 21st year onwards, the gates are opened up for you to move another step up in this spiritual realm. So we find, very rarely will we find teenagers really spiritual. So it's only the hunger for spirituality, for understanding the zodiac better, understanding life better, understanding the purpose of life better, only when you become mature. And that starts from your 21st, 22nd year onwards. And hence, sun's maturity is also about not just maturity from how you take care of your responsibilities as a citizen or as a family member, but also at a soul level, what are you ready to understand to be able to take this next step. So at the 21st year, wherever sun is placed and whichever house rules, you will find that those manifestations are ready for you. Say for example, for a Cancer ascendant native, sun rules the second house, and now if it goes and is placed in the 9th house, say in Pisces, so now earning, livelihood is getting connected to the 9th house of Pisces, which means that earning can get connected to foreign travel or higher education, and earning can also get connected to Pisces is also about spirituality, but it is also about the 12th house, even connected to foreign lands, because the 9th house also relates to long distance travel. So in your 21st year, if you are a Cancer ascendant native, then and if sun is placed in the 9th house in Pisces, then that opportunity is opened up for you. Now depending on all other placements of other planets, definitely chances will be more or less, and the dasha will also tell you whether you are ready to move in that direction or some other direction. However, all opportunities open up for you at that age connected to the sun. So for example, now for an Aquarius ascendant native, sun rules the 7th house. So at the 21st year, if in the natal chart you find that sun is placed in the 10th house, which is in Scorpio, so in the 21st year you will find that 7th house of relationships getting connected to career in the 10th house in the Scorpio sign, which means now you need to show the maturity to be able to handle your career and also have the maturity to handle ups and downs in your career, or get connected to government jobs, or get connected to those areas of life which may be upheaval prone, obstacle prone, also either connected to your career or maybe somebody else's life also, and your career is somehow getting connected to those areas of life, and you need to be able to showcase maturity to be able to also go through ups and downs with accountability, with the responsibility. So wherever sun, whichever house sun rules and wherever sun is placed at the 21st year, you will find that the manifestation opens up, at least the opportunity is opened up, and if you are moving towards that direction, doors will not be closed for you. But depending on how the planetary placements are in your horoscope, less chance or a greater chance will come by you by basis of sun's rulership of the house and sun placement in the specific sign in your horoscope. So sun's maturity in your horoscope when you turn 21, between 21st and 22nd, is an opportunity also to showcase more responsibility, to take more accountability. And if you have not done that, then you will find that sun starts giving you, the soul starts facing more and more challenges, more and more upheavals. So by 21st or 22nd year of your life, if you have not been more accountable, you have not been somebody who is ready to take the leadership, who is ready to take responsibility, then soul will also face challenges and upheavals, because you are not ready to move towards in the soul's journey, but you have become more materialistic, or you have become a lost soul. So sun expects that from your 21st year onwards, whatever your soul's journey is, whatever the soul has come into this world, in lieu of what the prarabdha karma is, in lieu of what your karmic debt is, in lieu of what your karma of the 10th house is, if you are not moving in that direction, then challenges, obstacles, upheavals may come by you, because soul wants you to start moving in that direction. Soul is not so much concerned about your material goals, about your material plans. Soul is concerned only about the soul's plan and how spiritually you are ready to move up. And so sun's biggest maturity at 21st and 22nd year is you start the journey, or the opportunity of starting the journey in the spiritual journey is manifested strongly. And so you have to become somebody who cares and become somebody who is more serving. You have already gone through the teenage years where you have served yourself. At least from the 21st year onwards, you have to start serving others and look at the soul journey of elevating the soul up the spiritual ladder. And so sun's maturity between the 21st and the 22nd year, the biggest manifestation is about the soul's maturity, or the soul learning or trying to move up the spiritual ladder by becoming a more serving soul in the direction of which house the sun rules and where it is placed. So from the 21st, 22nd year onwards, wherever sun is placed in your natal chart, try and start doing something in that direction, or behave with more maturity, take more leadership and accountability, and behave with more dignity. And wherever sun is placed, if you have shown the maturity, sun will allow you to shine, even if sun is placed in a tougher placement in the horoscope. So friends, please look into your own horoscope, see where sun is placed, and whether, if you have already crossed the age of 21, so check whether you have truly gone on to more material pursuits, or you have also from your 21st year onwards, you have also done something in lieu of your spiritual journey also, and trying to do something which will also elevate your soul. Because the more you go onto the soul's journey, you will find larger and larger and bigger support from the sun. The sun will truly help you to shine brighter, even in material resources, even in life's day-to-day results. But definitely you need to do, you should have trudged at least or taken a few steps on the path of spiritual elevation, and that is the true maturity that soul expects from you from your 21st year onwards, and that is the reason why sun matures from the 21st year onwards. So look into your own horoscope, see where sun is placed, how it is placed, and what direction it is pointing towards, what responsibility it wants you to take, what accountability it wants you to take, which direction it wants you to move, and whether you have done something in the light of your spiritual elevation or not, and accordingly you will find that results will come back to you, and that is the meaning of sun's maturity in the horoscope. So friends, like this video, share this video, and if you are looking for a personal consultation from me, please reach out to me at the links given below. Until some other time with some other video, this is your friend astrologer and guide Irfan signing off. Ciao.